The Ivy Building is the last remaining structure of the historic school, St. Genevieve of the Pines. And as that tangible connection to the past, the building has relevance for not only all of the students that went to St. Genevieve's, but also the students that continue to go to AB Tech. And it gives them this sense of authenticity and this connection, this thread to the past through the educational resource.
This building is the last remnant of the bygone era. Not to mention that it's a beautiful building. So I think that it represents both the past in education here and also the future.
For AB Tech to continue to honor the nuns, to continue to honor the tradition of St. Genevieve and Gibbons Hall by preserving that building just carries the love and the respect into the next generation and the next generation, and hopefully forever.
When St. Genevieve Gibbons Hall merged with Asheville Country Day, it was a really difficult thing for a lot of us for whom the school meant a lot. I think AB Tech has an opportunity here to preserve the legacy of a school that had a big impact on many people's lives and who really want to give back. That school, I think, first and foremost was about responsibility, about community service, and about a good education. And I think AB Tech plays a similarly important role. And preserving that building, I think, will not only carry on the legacy of St. Genevieve Gibbons Hall, but it'll also, I think, carry on the legacy of AB Tech.
The mobilization of the remaining alumni of St. Genevieve of the Pines in a campaign to save and preserve the Ivy Building is something that preservationists across Western North Carolina can be very proud of. The response from AB Tech in embracing this initiative and acknowledging that the Ivy Building is a place of significance is also incredibly encouraging, and as preservationists, we praise AB Tech for taking the initiative to be thoughtful, to have this forward-looking vision in retaining the Ivy Building and going through this monumental effort of preservation.
There have been a number of schools here. Right across the road where Mission Hospital is now was farmland. A Presbyterian minister came there. His wife needed some help, so she started her own little in-home school to teach reading to the ladies who came that she hired, some of whom couldn't read very well. There's been other Catholic schools on the hill. The Smith McDowell House, there was education going on in there with both teachers and students as time went on. There's been a lot of education going on this hill, and this building, the Ivy Building, is really, we've referred to it as a jewel on the top of this hill.
The entire nation, and Asheville was wrapped up in this as well, suffered during 1929, during the Great Depression. Just prior to that, Asheville was in the middle of its biggest boom time we have ever seen. And so we kind of fell back on our heels after the Depression. The community essentially went broke. But in 1936, the progressive school at St. Genevieve's had the forward-thinking attitude that it was time to grow the school. And so in 1936, Willis Irvin was commissioned as architect to design the Ivy Building.
I still remember walking through this building the first day and finding that every single steel window that I tried operates, which is really remarkable for a building this age. The goal then of this project has been to preserve what is here and to upgrade the building to meet today's needs. The windows of this great hall are architecturally significant. They were invented and developed by John J. Donovan, a national authority on school architecture. The windows operate in such a way that all of the sashes open out, allowing natural ventilation but minimizing downward drafts. In fact, the original advertisement said in quotes that it helped to create a more healthful condition. Something that makes this project special is that it has a history of education and it will now have a future of education.